What is up, YouTube? This is MLM Motorsports again. I haven't made a lot of videos, like always. I kind of been, real busy and focusing on trying to get my other moped sent from Texas. But I'm pretty sure you guys mostly know how to take transmission clutches off, and I'm just gonna basically show you how to do that. But I can't do the springs though because I don't have the right socket to do it. I mean, this is like the biggest one I got, and it doesn't fit on the other side where I can take the spring out. I was actually trying to tighten this up earlier, and when it was turning, this started pushing down and the brakes started spreading out. The little brake pads in here, they started spreading out, and then the springs came off. So luckily it didn't fly off at me. But what you're gonna need is a 9/16 socket, and for this one I'm going to use an impact wrench because the belt's not on there, so it's going to be able to spin freely, and it's actually really wobbly right now. So actually I can show you how it looks. If I go ahead and spin it, see how it wobbles? It's actually bent because I looked at the springs today, and the springs are really stretched out. So this engine has been at high speeds, and the reason it does that is because if you let the throttle go for so long, going downhill or going full speed as fast as you can, it stretches the springs out, for the RPMs, and these are probably like 1200. These are probably like 1000 RPMs. You can go to like 1200, 2000 RPMs, and they got different springs. There's blue, yellow, and red. But I'm going to show you what they look like. I don't know if I actually have them or not, but it's the impact wrench I'm going to be using. It's already at 150 psi, so this is enough psi to get this thing to actually start spinning. So we're going to go in. It's hard to. Oh, there we go. Alright. Now, for these impact wrenches, they're really dangerous, so you want to be careful. And you do have to put oil in these things. If you look on this side, there's actually an Allen wrench you got to use to take out, and that's where you put the oil at. Because if you don't put oil in these things, they will seize up. And F is for front. So when you put it on back, it's gonna loosen the bolt. If you put it on front, it's gonna tighten the bolt. But we're gonna put it on back because we want to take the bolt off. And this is really hard just using. So front and rear. So front tightens it, and then R is for rear, so it loosens it. And right now we got an R. So just gonna get this adjusted, and be careful. You may want to hold this. I don't know if it's gonna. Hopefully this thing won't spin as I start turning it. So the nut actually came off, surprisingly, but this thing actually does start spinning like crazy because there's no belt on it to support it. And then these are, and it just pops off like that, and then you can pop your little head off. I actually clean these, but this thing's been sitting in the garage for so long that it's starting to rust, and these brake pads are really bad. They're all worn out. But what you would do is, you got a spring right there. See a spring in there? They got a yellow one, or they got red, and you can get with a kit. See that there was supposed to be springs here. Yeah, they're supposed to be right there, and then they started coming off. But all you do is put both feet down. So you put both feet on the top, and then you get your right size socket, which is not the right size. You get a socket, and then You spin it off, hold it down, you know, make sure you have a good grip on this because you don't want to let go of this, otherwise it'll shoot off at you. And this spring is pushed down really far, so it's pushed down far enough to, you know, and these will actually explode. They will actually blow the CVT cover off if you have it throttled down for so long, or if your moped's set to, like, let's say your moped's set to like 50 cc, and you put a high performance clutch in there, you know, transmission slash clutch, which is this thing, and you put like a brand new clutch in there with a high performance spring. It's got 25,000 or 2,000 RPMs, and you go to hit full throttle on that thing for about maybe 5 minutes. This will actually blow off the nut here, and then this spring will shoot right off, and it will damage the CVT cover. I've seen it on YouTube before. But yeah, and as this spring, if I get it up right, this spring in here, when the variator or whatever clutch thing, when it starts to spin, it stretches out the belt, and there's actually roller weights. If you listen carefully, you can hear the roller weights. And then this is your piston rod. I took my piston out, my ACC out, so that's no good anymore. I kept the 80cc bore kit, so my engine was totally fucked up. And of course, yeah, I set firecrackers off in there, so I was actually trying to damage the engine. But I got the ACC bore kit on, and when I went to put it on, it never fired up. And then eventually my kickstarter didn't work anymore. My electric start wasn't working, so I gave up on it. And I got my frame sitting up there, spray painted. But yeah, like and share, and leave some comments below if you have any other questions about mopeds. I'll post videos. So thanks for watching.